It is Monday, which means it is time for another reading vlog to start the week again. And I've only just worked that out now that we're starting the week over. Oh, it's been happy times. Anyway, I have finished my last book that I had on my TBR for September, which was not this book, but I'll put a pop-up image over the book to show you that it was Sixth of the Dusk by Brandon Sanderson, one of the books in Arcanum Unbounded. Sixth of the Dusk is an adult fantasy novella. It is incredibly short. It's about 70-something odd pages, something like that. I thought that this book was interesting. Let me explain. The magic system was fantastic. No one does magic systems, in my opinion, like Brandon Sanderson. No one keeps his magic systems in every different world of the cosmere as different as they are as Brandon Sanderson. He has so many different original magic system ideas, which are fantastic. The magic system in this book is that there are abilities that are connected to birds, and when the birds connect to humans, they can use that magic system that the bird carries. So very different, and I loved that. The world building was wonderful. This book is set in a jungle, and I just thought that was fantastic. I am definitely not a nautical, pirating, adventure type reader, but I'm thinking maybe I'm a jungle reader. So if you can recommend me jungle stories, not the Jungle Book, something else that's set in a jungle and that's overly descriptive about the jungle, I think I'm going to enjoy that. But anyway, I did not end up enjoying the story itself, so I averaged out the rating and gave this novella, almost said book, but it's a novella, this novella 3 stars. So what is the plan for the rest of this week? Well, I'm now going to move on to this this hunk of junk of a brick called The Count of Monte Cristo. This particular edition that I own is 1,276 pages long, so it's going to take me the majority of the week to get through. Good news is we still have a number of days left in September, so I'm going to get a good start to the book before October begins, and I think I'm going to need it. It is Tuesday, which means it is time for another check-in with you guys for this week's reading vlog. I have gotten into The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas, and I am currently there, which is 105 pages in. This book took me a hot minute to get into, and I'll explain why. The writing style it's a lot, and I ended up being so confused that when I finished the first chapter, I need to go and check out a summary of that first chapter because I thought that I had read something, but I didn't know if I was right. Turned out I was completely wrong. That chapter summary for chapter 1 really helped me because moving forward from chapter 2 onwards, things started to really make sense to me. First 100 pages is really more just ground laying for the rest of this book, I suppose. So the premise of this book is that we are following a man by the name of Monsieur Dantes, who has been falsely arrested for taking part in Bonapartism. So yeah, that was, I guess, a bit interesting. We're also following a rather evil, conniving character by the name of Monsieur Villefort, who has been, well, evil. Thy name is Villefort, that is for sure. And we're also following this rather whimsical king, King Louis, who I am really enjoying. If you haven't worked it out by now, this book is very French, but I'm definitely enjoying it so much. So I can't wait to read more and update you guys as we continue to go along. It is Wednesday, and one of the miracles of the day is that I'm checking in with you guys. For the last couple of weeks, we have not had a Wednesday check-in, so hello! Welcome to the midweek point. I will talk about my reading in just a moment, but before I do, I just want to take this moment to give a very big heartwarming thank you to all of you that have been supporting my October TBR video. I was truly touched today when I needed to do some work in the Creator Studio and I came across the amount of views that my October TBR has received, and it has not been up for that long at all. To give you a bit of an idea, I've written down some stats concerning my October TBR that really did not come out that long ago at all. First of all, it is the top video for the month so far for September. Yee, thank you. Also, it is in my top 10 for 2021 videos. Yee! That's good too. And finally, it is in my top 2 of TBR videos of all time on this channel. So you guys, thank you so much. It was just such a beautiful moment for me seeing that. I am not someone that is absolutely fixated on views, but when I see that a spike in views has occurred, I noticed it and I was just like, what? How can there be that many views? It hasn't been up that long. So you guys are just incredible. Thank you so much for your support. In return, as I do like to give back, in return, if you have a video that you feel deserves more support, leave a link to it in the comments below so I can go and watch it. Whether that is your own video from your own channel, or if you don't have your own channel, but you watch my videos, if there's a video out there from someone else's channel that you feel deserves more support, link it below. I will go and watch it as my way to say thank you to you guys for the support that you've given me and this humble channel that we call Mr. Francy Reads. Thank you. It just really does mean the world to me. So, mwah, thank you so much. I'm truly humbled. Alright, now let's move on to the reading, you guys. Count of Monte Cristo. I am there, which is 300 pages into this mega big boy that is 1,276 pages long. You guys, I love this book so much, and if things don't change as we go throughout the book, if my feelings, don't change as I continue to work throughout the book, then Alexandre Dumas is going to very quickly become one of my all-time favorite authors, which says a lot considering I'm sitting right next to my Brandon Sanderson books right here. But this has just been amazing. I thought that I was going to struggle with this book for 2 reasons. One, it is a classic, olden day writing. I thought I would struggle with that. I haven't been. I have been both physically reading and listening to it on audiobook, and I haven't been struggling with the writing at all. 2, I thought it would be a struggle because of how long it is. I'm only 300 pages in. I'm loving this book. What I love about it being as long as it is that it's just going to keep on going. I don't have to finish. It's not going to end anytime soon. So I'm just going to continue to go on and enjoy this book. It is Friday, which means it is time to check in with another reading vlog update. I am still reading The Count of Monte Cristo. Are we surprised? It is a 1,276 page book, but I am currently there, which is page 705. I am over halfway. Woo! Unlike my other check-ins that I've been doing this week, I must confess that this book has had some dull moments for me since we last checked in, and that very much has annoyed me to the point that I have at times thought of just shelving this book temporarily, picking up another one and then going back to it, but I've decided that I'm going to push through. So we shall see how we go. Things are okay, I guess, at the moment, but a lot of the time throughout this book, a part of the reason why the page count is so long is because there's extra padding where we have stories within a story, and I don't like that. I wish that we could just, have things continue to move along in the one timeline. And plus, stories within stories is exposition, and I'm not a fan of that. But we'll see how we go. I'm over halfway. Yay! And I'll be back to wrap up this week with you guys tomorrow. It is Saturday, which means it's time to wrap up this week's reading vlog. I got a lot of reading done, not necessarily a lot of books, but I was reading a really long one. So if you have made it this far, thank you so much for your support. Please leave a heart emoji in the comments below. I am so close to the end of this book, which makes me really happy. Not that it's necessarily a bad book, it's just that I love variety and mixing things up and getting onto new books, and this one has obviously taken me a long time to get through, although some could argue I've gotten through it pretty quickly. I'm currently there, which is page 1005. I have broken the 1000 page mark, you guys, which makes me so happy. I will either be finishing this book tomorrow or the next day, which means you will see this book be completed in the next reading vlog, which makes me, so happy. But things have really started heating up in this last quarter of the book, which you would imagine being the last quarter of the book, but seriously, they have gotten so dark and so interesting that I have been flying through the final section to the point that I keep forgetting to make some notes. It's a buddy read, and I always make notes over on my Discord if you want to follow, link in the description. And I keep forgetting to do it because I'm just so zoned in to what's going on in this book. It's just been so wonderful and so dark, and it's a revenge plot for sure. But it's just coming together in such a masterful way. Alexandre Dumas has done a wonderful job, and I have just really, for the majority of the time, I've really enjoyed my ride with this book. My only concern is that there are some filler moments here and there that kind of, pads up the page count. But aside from that, I've absolutely loved it. So at the moment, it's getting 5 stars, but we'll see how it concludes. Wrapping up the week, I read 2 books. I finished out the month of September not reading Arcanum Unbounded, but this book, Sixth of the Dusk by Brandon Sanderson, an adult fantasy novella that's part of Arcanum Unbounded, and I gave that book 3 stars. And I've started this month reading The Count of Monte Cristo, and I'm now 1000 pages in, which is fantastic. I hope that you guys have had an amazing reading week thus far and that you're enjoying your October, and I will see you next week for the thrilling conclusion of The Count of Monte Cristo. But until then, letting you guys go with peace, blessings, and so much love. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with reading vlogs on Sundays, and I'll see you again soon. Mwah! Happy reading!